Welcome back, everyone. My name is Wani Manley, and I will be your MC for this session. And it is now time for the keynote address, and we have two lovely ladies from Florida. We have Professor Angie Su, who is a professor with the Department of Education at the Abraham S. Fischler College of Education and School of Criminal Justice. She was honored with the President's Distinguished Professor of the Year Award from 2017-2018. Dr. Su is the creator of Project Mind, registered, Math is Not Difficult, a K-12 mathematics enhancement project currently being implemented in classrooms throughout the United States. She is the past president of the Florida Distance Learning Association and the president of the Florida Association of Mathematics Teachers Education, FAMTE. She is also a Florida Mathematics Standards Framers and Writers team member. Dr. Su has received numerous awards and recognitions, including the prestigious Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching from the National Science Foundation, the William T. Dwyer Award for Excellence in Teaching, Palm Beach Elementary School, the State of Florida's Little Red Schoolhouse Award for Distinction for School Principals for Project Mind, and the Women of Distinction Award from the Surreptitious, thank you, International.
Surreptitious.
Thank you. Professor Angie Su is assisted by Dr. Jia Borror. Dr. Jia Borror received her doctoral degree in education leadership in May of 2012. Dr. Borror serves as a faculty member at NSU's Abraham S. Fischler College of Education and School of Criminal Justice. She has over 20 years of classroom teaching experience and holds national board certification. She teaches multiple courses in education at the undergraduate, master's, and educational specialist level in the areas of curriculum and instruction, teacher and educational leadership, and early childhood education. Areas of research include early childhood, elementary education, STEM education, teacher leadership, bullying, and emotional resilience. Dr. Su and Dr. Jia Borror are talking on STEM research and awareness. Welcome, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hard to believe that picture of Jia is like 20 years of experience when she looks like she's 20.
Exactly.
Well, there is an increased attention in the STEM field in the United States, actually. The reason for that is because whoever goes into this field actually has a better opportunity in jobs, all different areas of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So years ago, I decided to look into why the women in the science field are being underpaid, because my own daughter, who's a faculty member over at the University of Arizona, she and her husband were both hired at the same time, but his salary is higher than hers. And so she was pretty upset the inequality there with female and the male. So I'd like to piggyback on your presentations on, the equity for female, for women in the world, and so on. So what we did is we started with the STEM research in middle schools, trying to inspire more of the females into the field of STEM so that they become interested when they go to college, that they will choose to go into these fields. So we did a pretty successful intervention in the middle schools. Then the following year, we decided to move into high school, those students who are closer to graduation, so that they will then sign up to go into the STEM field. And we were very fortunate to be funded by our university's president to do research in this area. So we have 2 back-to-back grants to study the STEM education for the girls in the middle and the high school. So the most current one that we did was with the girls in the 9th grade. We worked with a local public school with 37 female girls, and they did a pretty, let me backtrack. When we did the middle school, we actually hired local scientists to come in and did demonstrations and little projects with these girls. But then I think to myself, at the university, at our university, Nova Southeastern University, we have all experts in the field in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Why not we invite our own faculty to come in as expert in the fields to present? So we did just that. So we kind of changed our study a little bit. And so Jia is going to share with you a little bit about our university since our time is limited. We're going to talk about our current study, and then we'll go into a little bit of the math that we did for the children with autism, and then we'll play a little game, and hopefully we keep everything within 20 minutes.
So I've had a few people ask about our university. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about Nova Southeastern University. It's located in sunny South Florida. The main campus is in Fort Lauderdale, but we do have 8 campuses throughout the state of Florida, Puerto Rico, and 1 in Denver. So we are a private, not-for-profit institution. We do have undergraduate and graduate programs. One of the things that we're known for is the small class sizes. So approximately 17 to 20 students in our undergraduate and graduate programs. We offer courses both in person and online, depending on what the program is. We do have 14 different colleges at NSU. And we are one of 4 universities in the United States that offer both the MD and the DO medical programs.
That's a big deal.
Yes, we have over 22,000 students. We have a lot of diversity on campus. We've got students from over 100 different countries. So we do have a lot of international students. Our current student body, you can see up there, we've got a little over 10,000 graduate students. So that's the bulk of our students. Over 6,000 undergraduate students, close to 5,000 professional, and we even have preschool through 12th grade on our campus as well, a private school, and more than 200,000 alumni worldwide. This is a few pictures of our campus. We're known as the NSU Sharks, and the top left picture is a picture of our library overlooking a beautiful lake. Just below that, on the left-hand side, is the Collaborative Research Center. So we do a lot of research within the medical fields. The picture on the top right is our student center. It's called the Don Taft Student Center. And then because we are the Sharks, the Shark Fountain is located out front, in front of the student center. So we're really blessed to have such a beautiful campus. We're going to jump into the first research study and then just give you a brief overview of some of the studies we've been doing the last few years. This is the one that Dr. Su mentioned a few minutes ago. We wanted to bring the arts into STEM. So the title of our study, and we've written a couple of publications so far, is using hands-on experiences, including various forms of arts, to increase STEM interest in 9th grade females. We specifically chose a minority group. The school that we worked with was mostly Hispanic population. We had a team of 6 researchers and workshop presenters, all from NSU. So we kept it in-house. We have one instructor or one professor that had a background in art. So she really helped us bring in that arts and that creative piece into the STEM. Our research location, as she mentioned, was in West Palm Beach. It was a charter school, and in Florida, they receive funding from the state. So it's kind of a cross between a private and a public school. We used an instrument called the S-STEM, which measured students' knowledge and understanding and kind of their perspective of the different areas in STEM. And here's a picture of our team. So Dr. Williams in the middle there is she was an art teacher for many years. she brought in that creative arts piece. The professors, the doctors at the bottom, Dr. Garcia, Dr. Wang, and Dr. Sikora, their areas of expertise in order were biology, engineering, and physics. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you know us at the top.
Chemistry too.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
So very knowledgeable in the area. As Dr. Sue already mentioned, we had 37 students participate in this study, and these students were in 9th grade, so just beginning high school. We organized 15 different workshops for them, about an hour each. So we traveled to the school. It was about 45 minutes from our campus. It was always one of the workshop presenters and one of the researchers that showed up. At the very beginning of the study, we administered that STEM, and then at the end of the study, we did a post survey. Do you want to say anything about the
Yes.
format?
Right, so the questionnaire allowed the students to fill out before they have any exposure to our intervention. So it asked them whether or not they like certain subject areas and so on. I shared the paper with all of you that are in that group in case we don't have enough time to cover, so you can read all the little details. Go ahead, please.
Okay, and here, these are just a few quotes about creativity, that piece that Dr. Williams brought in. I'm not going to read those to you, but we really thought that would engage the students and get them to kind of expand their thinking about STEM and the different possibilities that are available to them in the different professions linked to STEM.
So this is how it usually works. We're in the lunchroom, and Dr. Williams walked up to me and said, "Hey, I really am excited about what you guys are doing, Jia and you. I'd like to become your team." I go, "Oh, you're art, right? Okay, let me add the art piece." And then from there, we just blossomed. You know, that's how all the teamwork works. And then we got into research into that area, and then added that component into it.
Yeah, we really made it a unique study with that aspect. So you can see this is in the lunchroom at the school. That was when we first met with the students. So Dr. Sue and myself and Dr. Williams are all there with the Slam girls. And I don't know if any of you all know Pitbull, but he's the founder of this school, Slam. And there's there are a lot of schools throughout Florida and across the United States that he started. So you can see some of the different workshop topics are highlighted and pictured there. We had an engineering and art workshop, botany, baking and chemistry, astrophysics and astrochemistry. They studied the connection between music and medicine. They made boba tea balls. We had Tai Chi and engineering, microbiology lesson where they were going around and swabbing different areas of the school and the bathroom.
Dr. Wang was asking, how am I supposed to teach science through Tai Chi? I said, you're a Tai Chi master. So I gave him all the topics that he could cover, and he goes, I never thought of it like that. So then he began then to develop activities around those topics.
Fabulous.
Engineering, science, physics, especially he's good in physics and mathematics.
So a couple of the last ones were hydrophobicity and the benefits of exercise on medicine. We culminated the project or the study by having the students come to our campus. We gave them a tour. They got to walk through the labs, have lunch, hear from some of the students that were studying in the STEM field. So I think that was the highlight for them.
They loved it.
And then this was just a picture of some of the questions on the pre-survey.
That was on the instrument.
Post-survey, this is the STEM. So just an example, I believe I can be successful in a career in engineering. So they grouped engineering and technology and engineering as one area on the STEM, math, and then science. And then Dr. Sue wanted to focus just specifically sharing a little bit of our results on the math because that's her area.
So what happened with this study is that the students that are in the study, chosen for the study, they are high-performing kids in
Right.
science, math, and science.
Right.
So we really don't see too much of a difference, because in the pre-survey, one of the questions is, are you good in math? All of them wrote yes.
They were very confident in their abilities. Yes.
So then at the end post, of course, there's no increase, because they already
Well,
are
but-
very good in math.
But what's interesting about this is that you had 70% Hispanic.
Correct.
So did you figure that into the findings at all?
Yes, so in
And
my
how-
paper, in our
oh,
paper
in your
that I
paper.
share, you guys
Okay.
can read all the details.
Okay.
So
great.
not only that Hispanic, we also have
20%
African American kids.
African-American.
So we have maybe one white. I'm not
You
sure.
said
I think most of
12%.
them are all.
12 to 14%.
Okay, yeah.
So.
Anyway,
Yes,
yes.
I want to ask that is there any synchronizing feature with Bloom's revised technology that's following the, 6 categories of Bloom's taxonomy? Are you satisfied with that, or?
Well, yeah.
We
that's
incorporated
very
that into the workshops. We incorporated Bloom's taxonomy into the
Okay.
workshops, not necessarily into our findings, if that's what you're asking. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. We use actually several instruments, different instruments, to see which one fits in better, and so on. So this was it.
And like she just mentioned, because they were already pretty self-confident in their abilities, we found that their abilities and feelings toward the STEM fields were pretty similar. They remained the same. So we did this study. We're just going to give you a brief overview at our preschool on campus back in 2018. So this was just before the pandemic. Our study got stalled a little bit because of the pandemic. So we targeted students that had autism, ages 3 to 5. The curriculum focus at the school was receptive and expressive language concepts, as well as academic skills. So we used a quasi-experimental pre-test, post-test design, and we compared the effectiveness of 2 different interventions. So what was already being implemented at the school as far as their math instruction, and then the one that Dr. Su invented, Project Mine.
So about 40 years ago, I know I'm not that old looking, but about 40
You're not that
years
old,
ago,
not at
I
all.
have little kids at home, and I said one of my objectives is to make them geniuses. I want them to excel in school, be number 1 and everything. So I decided to, create some activities just to play with them at home. And then I got really bored staying at home. So then I said, let me go and try to teach. So I walk up to the first school and show them my resume, and they go, "You're hired." School parent told me immediately. So you're hired. And then when I went up to the school district office, they asked me, which one of the schools you want to teach? They made me choose, because you're so overqualified, you could teach anything. So I said, oh, okay, I want to teach the most difficult school here.
Right.
Because that's what you
Right.
can show an
Yeah.
improvement. That was how I was thinking, show improvement. So I brought that teaching strategy for my kids into that school. And these kids, 95% of them were on free or reduced price lunches, and they grew up with single parents.
Yeah.
So they don't have a mom or dad, but maybe extended family like grandma and stuff. And some of them, the parents are in jail, and
Yeah.
these kids will get up and say, if you don't know me, my mom's brain was shut out by my dad in front of me.
Yeah.
I thought they were joking when they were
No,
telling me all
they're
that
not
story.
joking.
It was very sad. And then, so of course, it impacted their academic progression. And so then I was showing them all the neat stuff, and they were doing all these amazing math at a very high level. And so we had visitors, like mayors and stuff, come into our classroom, and they go, these kids are just memorizing answers, right? I said, no, let me show you what they can do. So I took them on the road on conferences, and they were showing off their math skills, these kids. And so pretty soon, okay, 5 minutes left.
I think we're going to have to skip the hands-on.
Yeah. So, no, the hands-on is very fun. You're going to love. But so then, so these kids become very successful. And then I had the high-performing kids' parents complain and say, I want our kids to be part of that too. So pretty soon it became a district-wide project, and then a statewide, and then a
Great.
nationwide, and so on and so on. Yes, and so when I
Great
brought
job.
it to, I look at all the children I serve, I go, special education is the group that I have not touched. Let me go with the gifted and the autistic kids and so on. And I know that my colleague, esteemed colleague here, she's a master teacher. I said, hey, would you like to be part of this project? And of course, she always says yes to me.
She's hard to say no to.
You're irresistible.
She's my partner in crime. Anyway, so I know we are out of time. That's why I shared the 2 papers with you.
But hold on, we have a couple more slides to go through before.
You talk, and then I'll pass out this thing.
So, as she mentioned, we had one curriculum implemented in one classroom and then Project Mine in the other. The students that were given the Project Mine curriculum made more gains than the regular curriculum that they had used. Do you want to talk about a couple of these real quick?
Oh yeah, and then it went actually internationally. It went to China. The project was in China. It was in Shenandoah. It was
Taiwan.
in Taiwan. It was in several countries internationally. They were very impressed by it. And at first, when we got a grant from Zhang Jingguo Foundation to do it in Taiwan, because in Taiwan, children who have autism, they kind of
Like
hide
shunned,
into
yeah.
the closet because the parents feel embarrassed to have a child that is special needs, so they don't tell people. So when we brought our project in, we have to actually went all over the island to recruit our participants, because these parents are in. I have videos that I can show you how incredible these children perform after they were exposed to the mathematics and so on. So here's some slides. I was the keynote here in Chongqing Normal University, working with their teachers and so on. They put a big billboard out for me and so on. So let's look at this piece of paper. What shape is this?
Rectangle.
How do you know it's rectangle?
That's the shape, yeah.
It's not square.
1 minute.
So you're saying is because it's what?
We've been taught the rectangle in the school.
So you're saying that a rectangle is,
2 long sides, 2 short sides.
all right, so I'll accept that explanation since we're running out of time. So take this, I want you to find a way to make this piece of paper turn into a square. Those of you that are folding like this, you know you're not going to get a square because you're going to get another rectangle.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah. That's
How about
still a
this?
rectangle. Really? That's still a rectangle.
Dr. Sue, what about this?
That's
Close.
still a rectangle.
Still a rectangle.
The only way to prove that this is not a rectangle is what Angelica is doing right now. That's your Angie square.
It's Angie Square.
Show them what you did.
I folded this corner up to here to make it a
Exactly.
square, and folded this corner down.
So how do you know that this is a square?
All sides
Because
are
all sides are
equidistant.
equal, so now you just proved that all sides are equal to be in order to be a square. So now take that little additional slip of paper, rip that out. I mean, I would show students how to do that. And then you got only a square left.
This is the last one, Angie. We're out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time, it's okay.
Do you want them to do anything else?
Don't worry about lunch. This is spring food.
We had enough cookies.
We had a couple of more, but we're out of time, so maybe later. Did anybody have any final questions? Okay.
You want to continue on this one?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, they want to continue.
What do you do with that?
All right, so the square you have now, I want you to now create 12 squares out of that. How do you? team might say it's not possible. So then one try 16.
Okay, and next we would like to recognize Professor and Dr. Angie Su, our keynote speaker from today. Please come on up.
I would like to announce our lovely Dr. Jia. From Florida.
Yes.
Being so kind and generous because I met her last year and since then we become good friends. And Dr. Su, her co-partner of presenting, you heard her presentation, amazing on the STEM. I don't know how to say a big thank you for both of them traveling all the way down from Florida. And thank you so much for doing MC. And I want to say a big thank you for all the hard work.
And today we're here at the 2023 Global Research Conference at King's College at Cambridge. And we have Dr. Angie Su from Florida. Dr. Angie, what was your main takeaway from your talk today?
Oh, just trying to interconnect all the topics here. I feel that we all have something similar to share, women's issue, and being able to bring that, empower women is very important. And that's my takeaway, that all of the topics touch some kind of empowering women.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Today we're here at the 2023 Global Research Conference at King's College, Cambridge, and we have Dr. Jia Borror with us today. Dr. Jia, what was your main message for your takeaway from your talk today?
So I really wanted to focus on minority students and open their imagination and their mind to the possibilities that are available in the STEM fields, including the arts too. So just encouraging them to follow their passion, be persistent, and I learned from one of the other presenters just the idea of being resilient. So that was the main takeaway that I wanted to share with the people here today.
Incredible work. Thank you so much.